All right, Algebra 1, we are working on area, word problems, and our essential question. First of all, we're on lesson 4.9. Our essential question, do you know how to solve problems involving area? Example 1. A rectangle is 3 times as long as it is wide. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a rectangle. I know the width is W, and if it's 3 times as long, that's going to be 3W. First rectangle. Now it's telling us a second scenario. If the length is increased by 6. Well, remember, this is the length, so I know that the length is being increased by 6, and the width by 8. So my width, I have to erase. My width was increased by 8. Then the area is increased by 108. Well, I didn't find the area. I know the area is length times width. So if I take the length, 3W, times the width, which is W, that's going to be the first area. But notice it says that this rectangle, when it's increased by 6 and increased by 8, the area is increased by 108. So remember, the pink rectangle that I'm darkening right now is going to have an area of 3W squared plus 108. So let's go ahead and make an equation. I know that one side is 3W plus 6. The other side is W plus 8. And that's going to equal 3W squared, because 1W and 1W is W squared, plus 108. Let's FOIL. First terms, 3W squared. Outer terms, 24W. Inner terms, 6W plus 48 is equal to 3W squared plus 108. And remember, I told you a couple weeks ago that if you get something with W squares or X squares, those are called quadratics and we don't know how to solve them. So at this point in our lives, they're going to cancel out nicely. All right, let's continue to solve. We're going to add each. We get 30W plus 48 equals 108. Subtract 48 to each side. 30W equals 60. When I divide each side by 30, W is equal to 2. So if W is equal to 2, and the question said find the original dimensions, remember my original dimensions were this W and 3W. So W is 2. If I multiply it by 3, I get 6. The original dimensions of my rectangle was a 2 by 6 rectangle.